Hello, my name is Abel. I'm with TwoLaunchTrunk.com. I'm here with George Peck from Curse of the PuppetMaster. Mr. George, go ahead.
Yeah, hi. How are you today?
Pretty good. Once again, thank you for doing this interview. Many fans have asked, on insights of different actors, and your name did pop up several times on your work on PuppetMaster. Can you tell us a little bit about your previous work before doing PuppetMaster?
Let's see. I had done a horror film called Dawn of the Mummy. Oh, Christopher Reeve and Michael Caine. I can't think of the name, but it's one where they're on stage and do a. That was a good movie. I can't think of it now. Death Trap. Death Trap. I had a part in. Pritzi's Honor. I had a part in. Several other roles, but nothing major, nothing as good as Dawn of the Mummy and Curse of the PuppetMaster.
On that note, were you recognized for your role in PuppetMaster?
You know what? Recently, I got a call from one of those horror fest shows, and they set you up with a table, and you can autograph pictures of different work that you've done. So I was kind of flattered to be asked, along with some great actors of the horror genre. So I was kind of thrilled to meet it. They had it down in Florida, and they had two large rooms of different characters. Jason, they had the cast from True Blood, it was quite an experience. I liked it. I enjoyed it. And thanks to, the Puppet Master and Dawn of the Mummy, I was invited there.
I mean, it sounds like you had fun.
No, it definitely was fun. Definitely was a good time. And, got to meet a lot of movie guys that I wanted to meet too, so.
Well, it was a win-win situation.
Definitely.
Oh, I guess on that note, were there any actors you ever wanted to work with?
Everybody in the room that I was with, the guy that did Jason, I think, was sitting at the table next to me, and who was right next to me also? I got such a big kick out of this. Let me think. Oh, you don't elude me. He just did a recent episode of Broadway Empire, Devil's Regret or something like that. He's done a bunch of
Devil's Rejects?
Yeah, Devil's Reject. Who's the guy I'm thinking of?
Sid Haig?
William somebody. William.
Oh, man. I'm drawing a blank too.
I'm almost tempted to go online and just take a look because I'd have to. He's well known. In fact, I think he just signed up for some type of series that he's doing on TV. I would love to work with him.
William Force something?
William Forsythe. Thank you. Yeah, that's him anyway. Yeah, I was sitting right between him and Jason, so that was quite interesting.
Oh, that's a...
Quite interesting, and I would gladly cut off either arm to work with either one.
Hopefully it's not your good arm.
Yeah.
Is there a certain role that you have always wanted to play?
You know what? I've always thought of like westerns. I guess that comes from growing up in the era of TV cowboys when they were quite a few of them on TV. Have Gun Will Travel, Gunsmoke. So there was always this urge to do a cowboy film. Nothing in the horror genre I can think of, but always a cowboy movie. I always thought of myself, or I could always see myself like doing something like the Gary Cooper roles of High Noon. Something that the tall, quiet, gunman, gunslinger, stuff like that. I always thought about.
That's a very interesting answer. I've asked other actors, and they've given me something totally different. That's actually really more of a calm answer.
Yeah. Nothing overboard. I always saw myself as the cowboy in the cowboy genre, but of course, there certainly are not as much cowboy films made, nor are there, cowboy series on the TV anymore. I guess that's,
Before we get into the PuppetMaster questions, I had asked a couple of our fans to submit a question, to ask you, and I chose one of them. And it's very simple. They just want to know, what is your favorite horror film?
You know what? I got to go back to the original, and it's the one. It scared the piss out of me. I gotta say, it scared the piss out of me. But I saw it when I was a kid. The one that takes place in this cold. Oh man.
The Thing?
Which one?
The Thing?
Yeah. James Arnaz played it. Yeah, the guy from Gunsmoke played it. Who was always a quiet kind of cowboy, but boy, that thing scared the piss out of me. Holy mackerel.
Yeah, many people didn't know that the recent remake was the actual third remake of the original.
Yeah.
Well, second remake, technically.
You know what? There's just some films that you got to leave the original be. I mean, we could go on about different films that they've remade, and Dial M for Murder is one that was one hell of a terrific movie. Double Indemnity. When you start making some of these old great classics over, it's almost a shame. It's laughable, the remakes of them, because so much,
I have to agree with you. And what's interesting about that is, when it comes to horror films, the less you know about the villain, the better.
Yeah, I gotta say, the old werewolves, the early werewolves and stuff like that, Bela Lugosi and Boris Karloff. I mean, those stories get, of course, Three Stooges meet Frankenstein and something like that. But that was good. That was comedy made of the horror films, but and good fun for sure. I mean, I know I enjoyed them.
And since we're on that topic and the original, horror films, I know Charles Band had said in one of his interviews that, excuse my language, but fuck CGI, because it takes away the realness from doing practical effects, of makeup. And I mean, would you say that CGI is better, or practical effects, a mix of the two?
Oh yeah, no doubt. I mean, it's like talking about the old and the new films. For sure, it's much different. I don't know. To me, you had to act back in the day. You didn't have all the special effects and all this stuff that they can do without the actor, doing anything.
I'm
from old school. I'm from the old school, so I like the old days.
But I really like your answer, that back then you had to act. That's really good. I really like that.
Yeah, well, you know what? You know what? It's also like, you had to write dialogue then, because, you couldn't make the other word F this, F that, so you had to write dialogue. And totally different theme on the movies back then. I mean, my feeling anyway.
All right, George. Well, let's dive into what the fans want, PuppetMaster.
Hey, you know what? I went and watched it today, man. I'm sitting here, and you know what? I keep saying to myself, I'm always like, sometimes you watch yourself and you start to cringe. You know what? I thought it was pretty good. Pretty damn good, I gotta say. I got a 15-year-old son. I told him, come on down and watch it with Dad. No, I don't want to watch it. I think the puppet scared the hell out of him, man.
Really?
But I swear he will not come down and watch it. My 17-year-old son has watched it, once or twice. But, my 15-year-old, I guess he's afraid he's going to have bad dreams at night. I told him, I told him today, I said, hey, Georgie, I said, I'm not really the puppet master. Now, come on down and watch it for me. I had some laughs watching it today. But I got to say, I thought it was pretty good. I'm happy with it. I'm very happy with it.
That's very good. I mean, I'm very glad to hear that like yourself and Paula Matt really grasped, your guys' character. You really embrace the series. You guys don't look away or shine down from it. I really like that. Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that, because, as I say, I haven't seen it in a while, and watching it again today, I thought, like, hey, you know what? the whole series, the whole, you know, just the whole film, it gelled rather nice together, and it keeps moving.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There's not a moment where you're sitting here and you're, you know, digging into the popcorn because nothing's going on. But as I say, I enjoyed the film. I enjoyed certainly doing it. And I think we shot it in a week's time, or
wow.
10 days. Yeah, I know. We shot that in 7 to 10 days. So I mean, my role anyway was shot in that time. I mean, I'm sure there was where I'm not around, but yeah. It was
yeah, because my daughter, she just turned 4 today, and
4?
yeah, she just turned 4.
Oh, good for you. God bless. That's nice.
Thank you.
You know what? It goes by so fast. I got to tell you. It seems to me I constantly talk about when I used to pick up my 2 youngest. I have others, but my 2 youngest, I remember dancing around and holding them in my arms and coming home and playing music, and I could pick the 2 of them up with one hand and dance with them. You know, you know, and the 15-year-old is 6'3", and the other guy is like 6'3 and a half. My 17-year-old, my babies.
Wow.
You know, they're both taller than I am. So. Yeah, it goes by so. That's great age. What a great age.
Yeah, because she really hates. I have the puppets from PuppetMaster. You know, and she hates a clown doll that I have. But you give her Tunler or Blade or any of the puppets, she loves them.
Oh, that's funny. I guess because she's used to seeing them, you know.
Yeah, she sees yeah, she looks thinking like, oh, my dad, you know, look what he has dolls too. I'm like, they're puppets, they're not dolls.
Yeah, they did a good job on the movement of the puppets and all. I tell you, it looked very good. It looked very good. I was, you know, after I watched it, I stopped and I spoke with my 2 sons. I said, you know what? I said, I'm proud of that piece of work. I'm proud of that piece of work. Yeah, so.
Well, that's good. That's good that you share, you know, your own films with your family.
Oh yeah, yeah. Every now and then they have no choice.
No.
If I'm on a show or something like that, I'm like, come on guys, we better watch this. Oh, it's like, that's fun. It's definitely fun.
Oh, if you don't mind me, what was required for the audition? Because I know Guy Ralph was the Andre Toulon in the series, and obviously you're taking the role of the new Puppet Master. Was there anything required?
Right. Well, you know what? I hadn't watched any of the previous ones, so I went in as a complete, you know, unaware of the previous films being done, and you know, there was a callback process, and in fact, I had flown back to New York in the interim, and I got a call at the Friars Club, come to think of it, and you know, the casting director had told me that they decided on me for the part. So I told him I was in New York and told him I would be back, you know, in several days. So yeah, I was, you know, I can't remember if I did anything special other than, you know, just reading what I thought the part was, you know, all about. And as I say, I was unfamiliar with what everyone else had done with the Puppet Master before me. So.
And then on that note, what was your initial reaction to reading about these, you know, puppets coming to life and killing?
It was interesting. It was interesting. It looked like something that was, you know, going to be a fun thing to get into. You know, and I had a couple of friends out in California that stopped by the set at the time. So yeah, it was a good time. Definitely a fun thing. Definitely a fun thing. Yeah, they all enjoyed it too when I could get them on the set. That is.
So are you familiar with the other Full Moon films or just the Puppet Master series?
You know what? Probably just mine in particular, because I've dabbled in like watching here and there, but never sat down and watched you know, any of the other Full Moon films. You know, I did that one film and I hadn't heard from anybody, wasn't contacted by anybody, and didn't keep in touch with anybody. Though I have recently written to Charles, but I hadn't gotten an answer back on anything that I had sent. You know what? I have to tell you, the horror fest that I went to, which was down in Florida, I was amazed at how many people came up, and you know, it's like, wow. I mean, I come up and he had the 5 set or the 6 set of PuppetMaster movies, and you know, he wanted me to sign the the outside jacket of the
Of the box.
the box that they were in, and you know, I was signing pictures of myself, and I was shocked. I have to be honest with you. I was shocked at the amount of people who knew the Puppet Master. So quite a few fans, I can tell you. Quite a few fans.
Oh, I mean, on that note, have you? I guess Florida. Did it open up your eyes as far as like how much fans Puppet Master in itself had?
Yeah. I mean, there was one kid come up. I mean, I felt, it was like, he said to me, I was in the hospital, he said, and he says, I can't tell you that I watched your movie, and he said, it just was so invigorating, and it made me feel so much better, and less of, like, what was going on around him in his particular circumstance at that time, and he told me it was uplifting to him. I was like, wow. And he came back the next day and he said to me, he says, I dropped the picture last night and it got wet, so I just loved it. I just signed another picture for him because I was so thrilled that, he felt that way about the film. So.
Oh, you have no idea how many people have great respect on yourself and many other actors who've worked on the film. I mean, because for many people out there, these films are an escape, especially for beginner filmmakers out there who look at these films and say, you know what, it's very possible to make something out of nothing. And if your soul's into it, it's gonna make it. I mean, you may not get praise right then and there, but I mean, right from your mouth, Florida was a great experience, and
and I must tell you that there were thousands and thousands and thousands of people who came to this. It was a three-day and night affair, and God, I was pretty impressed. I was very impressed, in fact, yeah. And, people weighing. I mean, the guy next to me, William Forsythe, he's done gigantic work. He did Capone, and he had the TV series on for a while, I believe. And just the fan base was like, wow, it was unbelievable. And then, of course, True Blood. They had the cast was everybody was there except for Sangad or whatever his name is. I can't think of the tall blonde-haired guy, but. As they say, thousands and thousands of people. And then somebody told me, we're going to one next month. And he said, this one is nothing compared to the one that we're going to. So, I mean, obviously there's a great fan base out there for the horror genre.
You have no idea how much joy it brings to me to, again, for you to embrace that. Because many actors are just like, man, I got to do it to again, or I really don't want to.
No, I would love to do another one. Don't charge that. I'd love to do another one. And in fact, I'll take any of the ones that Donald Sutherland had done, because I think I'm a type, similar to him. Of course, he's got a few more credits to his credit than I do, but is he still doing movies?
I believe so. He's not taking big roles, but he's doing many series.
Yeah. And is Charles still writing and directing?
Oh yeah, he's actually directing the new Puppet Master movie that comes out later this year. Puppet Master should be 10, Axis Rising, and we're going to be talking about that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So how was it to take the lead role as the Puppet Master?
Well, as I say, I was kind of flattered. The last thing I thought when I left the office after the audition was that, I was going to get the part. I think, first of all, most of the time you find a million reasons why you shouldn't get the part. You kind of beat yourself to death. I think as most of us in the acting business do. You walk out, like today I got a call back for a commercial for ESPN, and, you beat yourself up. It's like, I should have said this. I should have delivered the line this way. I should have done this. I should have body chested this way, or,
Mm-hmm.
and, as they say, you beat yourself up. But when I got the call, I was like, wow, this is great. This is great. A lead in the film. Very nice. Very nice,
Very good. Congrats.
I was flattered by it, believe me.
Yeah. Well, was your character different on script as opposed to on screen?
I think it was pretty well the same in the script as the way it was played.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I added what I thought, should go with the character as we progressed. Of course, he's a father. He's a loving father, and meanwhile, he's a maniac when he's not loving his daughter. And I think there were some nice scenes with the girl who played my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
It was good. Definitely good. Yeah.
It
was close to the script, but as I say, you add to it what you think is appropriate for the writing as well.
Mm-hmm. Good. On that note, were you given any type of background from the director or producer about the character?
Actually, I think I was pretty much on my own.
Oh.
I can't remember having any great conferences with. Remember, I'm going back a few years now, so.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I'll be honest with you. I think. No, I can't remember having any great conferences with anyone and discussing. Obviously, I guess after the first day, they must have thought, well, let's leave him alone because what he's doing is
Working.
Yeah, exactly. But if it doesn't need fixing, don't fix it.
Exactly. Since you're working with pretty much your cast members were younger than you, did any of them ever come up to you for some advice?
I gotta say, honestly, no. I think everybody took the script and made of it what you saw in the film.
Mm.
Nobody did come up and ask. So that's why I think it was a great cast as far as, the ability to do the roles the way they did. And in fact, as I say, watching it again today, I was complimenting my fellow actors. The girl who played my daughter, the guy who played Tank was wonderful, and the guy that played the bully. The whole thing seemed to work for me. And the gas station attendant, the investigator, and I got to say, the sheriff I thought was marvelous. I thought he was fabulous. I got to say, I got to give kudos to the whole cast. I thought they were wonderful. And I think they did their role believable, in my opinion. Their role was believable. It wasn't like, well, I'm a great critic. I don't know if I'll act that way, but I'm a great critic. I'll sit here and watch something, or go to a movie and watch something and go like, but what everyone did in the film I thought was wonderful. I thought they played their part very well.
Well, that's very noble of you.
Yeah, no, but it's true. It's
true.
Yeah. I feel I would say that to any of them if we were sitting having dinner and discussing the film. I thought everybody did their role very well. Very well.
Well, okay. Well, on that note, from casting crew, how did you feel about the transition between puppets and actors in scenes?
Oh, you know what? I think you get so involved with it that you actually think you're working with, live puppets, and you treat them as though they were human. As you can see, there was, I'm telling them, I'm apologizing to them, as though they're human cast members, So, it wasn't a great transition because, as I say, you treated them as though they were alive because they were alive to you at the time of the shooting, in the scenes. So from human to puppet works the same for me. And even look at the daughter, the way she hugs the one puppet.
Pinhead.
Took a beating. Yeah, Pinhead, exactly. Took a beating from the bully in the film, and there was this tender, loving kindness from her, and she couldn't wait to show Tank, let's go downstairs and meet them, So it seemed to me the same. It seemed to be the same, because we were treating them as they were, live puppets, human puppets.
Oh, well, okay, since we're talking about the puppets now, did you have a favorite puppet, and if so, why?
Let's see, who did I like? I kind of liked them all, but, I'll tell you the truth, there was something about each one of them that I liked. So, did I have a favorite? Let's see, did I have a favorite? And I gotta say that, Tunnel, I think in the slasher were kind of my favorites because they carried out my bidding in that scene with the bully. So yeah, they were kind of my favorites.
Yeah, my daughter and I really like Blade. With the hook and the knife.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, did you play with any of the puppets offset?
They were pretty well protected.
Well, yeah, I would imagine so, because I believe some of them are rod puppets, mechanical, and hydraulic.
Right. Hand as well, I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah, we didn't get to examine them and see what made them tick. So no.
Killer puppets / dolls are some people's or one person's fears. If you don't mind me asking, what was your fear? I know we had touched bases on it earlier, but I mean, was there one thing that just really scared you as a child?
You mean in the film?
No, in general, like growing up.
Oh. Well, those zombies always scared me. You couldn't kill the bastards; they were dead already.
Yeah.
There was no way to kill them, man.
Did you like Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead? Was there a specific film?
Yeah, and in fact, if you watch Dawn of the Mummy, we got some great zombies in Dawn of the Mummy also. So they were, But as I grew up, yeah, definitely, and the vampires always scared the hell out of me too.
Did you meet Charles Band and offset? Just to chit chat, if you will.
Wow. Did I meet Charles? I must have. They say I'm going back a few years, and Charles and I sit down and talk, but I'm sure I met him. Can I remember, the conversation? Can I remember the moment we met and sat down and talked about the film? You're going to have to forgive me, Abel, because I don't, but I'm certain that I had met Charles, no doubt.
No, it's understandable. I mean, it's a question I asked you.
I could tell you more about the man, and but I can't remember. As I say, I know we met when we sat down and discussed, the film. Too many years ago for me. Too many years ago already.
If in the near future, if it was possible, would you want to participate in any other full moon feature films?
Oh, definitely. No, without a doubt. Sure. I would love to. Look at any. As I say, I'm not familiar with all the ones that they have done, but I was very happy with the script. I was very happy with the way the film came together, and as I say, I think it looks pretty good. It looks very good. In fact, I thought sitting back here again today, as I said before. I thought everybody did their part well, and it was good. Good.
Oh man.
Yeah. Good and gory too. Good and gory.
So you do like gory?
Yeah. So you see, there was a couple of, the way those guys, got killed in the film today. I mean, it was good gore. It was good stuff. Yeah, good effects, definitely.
Yeah, every time when I bring Full Moon up, people remember films like Children of the Corn, original films like Carrie, Dolls, Dolly Dearest, old practical effects movies, and some people think it's too fake, but it's not about that. It's just that, You know, it's what was available at the time.
Yeah.
And they made good use of it.
Yeah, and it's individual taste. You're not going to make a movie that everybody wants to see, no matter what it's about.
Exactly.
You know, so you pick and choose. This is what I like. This is what I would like to see. This is what I like to watch. So, you know.
All right. There is. I don't want to take too much of your time, but there is one more question that the fans had to ask, and I mean, if you don't want me to publish this part, which is totally understandable, but there's a part in the film.
What could be the question? Come on, that you wouldn't want to publish it. What's the question?
Well, it's because it kind of bashes on the film itself. Because what are your thoughts on the character Tank, who was asked by your character, the Puppet Master, to make a puppet and was handed wooden parts, wooden blocks to make a puppet, but the end result was nowhere near wooden. It was a metal tank.
Right. Yeah. Well, you know what? I gotta say, because, I watch films very closely, and my wife thinks I'm a great pain in the ass because, like, I'll notice things like you just discussed.
Mm-hmm.
And, you can take liberties. In any film, they're taking liberties. I mean, sometimes I watch a film and I went, wait a minute, how did this guy get from here to there? And, never, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you can take liberties, and as my wife tells me, she'll look at me and say, it's entertainment. It's entertainment. That's the bottom line. Did you buy the fact that, did you want to dissect it and sit and say, like, well, Tank was carving wood. This is not made out of wood. If you want to take that, then, don't watch films, because there are liberties taken, even with stories that are supposed to be true life documentary films of people's actual lives. You can look at it and you can say, they're taking liberties here, because how did the guy, whatever it is, or the woman, how did the woman, like I sit and see it, but as I say, and my wife corrects me on it all the time, and I agree 100%. It's entertainment. It's entertainment. It's not meant to be sat there and like, oh, wait a minute. Tank didn't do that. Tank didn't make that. It's entertainment. Did it work? It works for me. I like the way, like, the lightning gets hit. I like the way all of a sudden he turns his anger and the tank gun on me and says, hey, I'm getting even with this evil bastard, So, as I say, it's entertainment, and that's why you make films. You make them to entertainment. You entertain and you educate. Documentaries educate. And everything else that's out there, comedy, horror, romance, adventure, is meant to entertain. And let's face it, they do a pretty good job, because the movie industry is still our leading export from this country. So.
And I totally agree. And I didn't think of it to see it that way, but
You know what? Neither do I. But when I sit there and criticize, but honey, look, this guy was carving blocks, and the tank is made out of this, totally different than what. Very simply, she turns, and as I said, it's entertainment. It's entertainment. So you can discuss it afterwards. Like, hey, but did you see that? I'll see the microphone sometimes and say something like, "Oh, geez, look, I couldn't even get the, mic up out of the, and why didn't they edit that out? But hey, it's entertainment, and it's a great industry. It's a great industry to be in. It's a great industry to be a part of. It's a great industry to write. You can write your imagination and perhaps be lucky enough to put your imagination on screen. Man, I mean, come on. That's a dream come true, I think.
Nicely put.
Yes, thank you. I gotta say, just keep telling him, Abel, it's entertainment.
Yeah.
It's entertainment. Enjoy it. What were the good parts of the film, And I tell you the truth, there were a lot of good parts in that film, but that's funny because I questioned the same thing today, and you know what? Same answer. It's entertainment.
Yeah, it's like in the old John Carpenter films, like the Halloween. Like, how can he? They didn't discuss that he was a, a satanic, worshiper or whatever it may be. It's just a movie. He's the bad guy.
Right, exactly. And you can take liberties, and most films do. Most films do. We could go. You could name a film, and if I've seen it, I could tell you things that I would say are the same. The same thing as tanks carving blocks, and the product being the tank. And you could discuss it, but it's irrelevant. It's just irrelevant. You're going to take liberties, no matter what film it is. I mean, how does Batman fly? How does this little guy that's 5'8" or 5'9" do all these miraculous things? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, it's entertainment. It's entertainment. He stops a tank. He stops a runaway train, whatever it is. It's entertainment. It's entertainment. And I'm proud of the actors that I worked with because they were convincing to me. Their role was very convincing to me. And I thought, and I said, wow, they all did a hell of a job. They all did a hell of a job. And it's a good film.
Yeah.
It's a good film. For what it is, it's a damn good film. So, right.
And yeah, and on my side, like I was saying, I just want to give stuff away to the fans, plain and simple. So.
Very cool. Hey, listen, you know what? As I say, I sat next to William for 3 days, and it's the same thing. He felt the same way. It's the fans. It's the fans.
Yeah.
It's great. It's great that people have this much enthusiasm for people's work, and it certainly makes the actor feel. It's gratifying to know that people have seen the film and
and appreciate your work.
Exactly. Exactly. So.
All right. Well, one last question. Anything you would like to say to the fans?
Hey, fans, I love you, man. I love you. I love you, fans. No, I'm happy that people like the work. I'm happy that I was able to entertain, and as I say, I think we put out myself and Full Moon put out a good product. Very sellable, and and I'm glad the fans liked it.
All right.
And thank you for, I certainly appreciate the interest in it, because it makes me feel that much better about what I did in the role.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time, George. But yes, after this, tomorrow, within this week, I will contact you through email again. So, I mean, definitely, I do want to help you out because you helped me out greatly here. And any which form I can help you out, I mean, don't hesitate to ask. I'll see what I can do.
Great. Yeah, thank you for the interview, too. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, George. Have a good evening.
All right. Continue success. Carry on.
You too. Good night.